Hello, welcome to Tabletop CP, and today we're going to be taking a look at our newly completed 28mm World War II Italian Army. Alright, so it's finally done. I think I started this project at the beginning of the year, and I took a quite long break in the middle of it, so that's why it's taken so long, but I buckled down here in the last couple months. I wanted to get this done so we could start something new, and I was able to crank them all out very quickly. So we're going to go ahead now and just take a look at what we have here. We'll start off on the left side here. So first up we have 6 machine gun teams. So dual based, I like to do them double based like this, ease of movement, they don't get mixed in with other guys. I think it looks better like this, so I like to try to do all of my machine guns like this as well. If I had extra guys, I'd probably do a couple single base machine gun guys for when they take casualties, but I used every single mini I had for what I needed, so I didn't have anything left over, but it's fine. I use little red dice for that. So this allowed me to run any kind of Italian platoon I want. Chain of command especially uses multiple machine guns in some of the later war Italian stuff, which are set up sort of like Panzer Grenadier platoons. So they have two MG teams in each squad, so you need a total of 6 machine guns to run one of those platoons. So plenty of options here for machine guns. Next up we have our SMGs. So the first guy here is for bolt action. This is a lieutenant and man with SMG. Again, single based. And then I have just 8 other SMG guys. These are going to be useful for squad leaders, or if I'm running some kind of multiple SMG squad, or they can even do stand-in as weapons team crew members if I need to. So there's only one SMG on the Italian sprue. And with the varied poses, you can get them to look pretty good. I think they look fine, but I did clip a couple of MP40s off of the Fallschirmjäger sprue to add in just to give it a little bit of a different look. So that guy has one, and my lieutenant has one as well around his neck. So those are all of my SMGs. Next we have all of our riflemen. So we got quite a few riflemen. There's 32 of them here, and 4 of them are going to be leaders with the classic leader pointing and gesturing poses. I added some different headgear on these guys, you may notice. I don't know if that's historically accurate. I think these headgear are probably meant to represent some other types of units, but I love the ragtag look armies, so I wanted to do that with these guys. So I had a bunch of different headgear. I've colored some of the pants black just to add some variety, and that's what they came out with, or that's how they came out, which I'm happy with them. I think they look good. And then as far as the pointing leaders, they can be squad leaders. They're designed to be junior leaders in chain of command for the big early war Italian platoon, but they can be run as anything that I want to run them as. So those are our rifles, and we have 3 senior leaders up here. So this is my main big man. I made him out of the plastics box just to match the rest of the platoon a little bit better. The other 2 are from the old metal Warlord HQ kit. And the old Italian metals are quite a bit smaller, as you can see, than the new plastics, but they're still usable. They just look a lot smaller. The new stuff that they've come out with, which we'll see in a second, is a lot more in scale with the new plastic stuff. So those are the rifles, more than I'm going to need to run any kind of platoon. Next up we have our engineer squad. So it's I'm not going to even try to pronounce it, but it's the destruction group. It's an engineer squad. It's going to have a lot of uses. We can run it as a big engineer squad. We can run it as separate engineer teams, like wire cutting teams, demo teams. Run it as separate flamethrower teams. So a lot of flexibility here. These are the new Warlord metals. As you can see, they scale a lot better with the new plastic stuff. So in this here, we have a couple of guys with Bangalore torpedoes. So these guys could be a demo team or a wire clearing team. We also have 1 wire cutting guy who will be a great stand-in for a wire cutting team. Then we have 2 flamethrowers in this squad. And in bolt action, you can run them with 2 flamethrowers in one squad, which would be pretty awesome. Or they can stand in as 2 individual flamethrowers. But super cool kit. I really like it. And if you're going to get an Italian army, I would highly recommend getting one of these just for the versatility. And here we have our various support units. So most of these are the old metal Warlord stuff. The only one that is not is this 20mm AA gun. And again, you can see these guys are a lot bigger than their older counterparts. But so we have the AA gun, which is one of my all-time favorite units in any game. We also have an Elephantino 47mm AT gun. So this could be a light AT gun in bolt action, or it can run as itself in the in chain of command. And then we have a machine gun. It's kind of a staple for any army. Medium mortar, that's for bolt action. And then we have the light mortar, sniper made from the sprues. And then lastly we have the anti-tank rifle. And up here we have our howitzer, which will probably be run as a medium howitzer in the game, but I mean the size of it could be easily run as a heavy howitzer. And then up here we just have various crewman types. So we got 3 different crew. This guy's designed to be the mortar spotter. This guy could be an air observer or a spotter of some type, and then just crewmen. And then lastly I made a medic out of the plastic sprue as well. And finally we have the Italian motor pool. So big thanks to our buddy Greg Padilla. He's a patron, longtime fan of the channel. He's my go-to guy for vehicles. He 3D prints these for me on demand, so super awesome, and I really appreciate Greg for doing that, as it helps us get a lot of vehicles fast. So this is what we wound up with. I don't know the names of all these. It is written on the bottom, so in this case it's a Fiat L640. I think that's the Semovente. We got AB40 and 41. These are a couple of my favorites. The 40's got the 2 machine guns. The 41's got the autocannon. Both have rear-facing machine guns, which is a lot more handy than it sounds. And we got 2 of these tanks. These are very odd-looking tanks. These are the M1139s. They have a very unique look on these. And then we also have 2 of these kind of standard-looking medium tanks. Fiat. See, I don't even know what those are. I'm sorry, but so 2 of those. They got dual machine gun in the hull here. Then we got 2 of these little guys here. These are very small. So these are all 148. Greg asked what scale I wanted. I figured 148 because I knew a lot of the Italian stuff was small. And something like this in 156 looks just ridiculously small. So in 148 it looks a little bit better. But so these are the this one's the Flam tank L3LF. It's got a little trailer on it. A really cool little vehicle. And then this one just got the, I believe it's heavy machine guns. But again, it's very small, and what is this? The Fiat L335. So a couple of those, and then of course we got a truck for transport. So I can see the engineers certainly riding in that thing. And that is a wrap on the Italian Army. Finished, complete, for now at least, because as the fellow once said, no army is truly ever complete. But at this point we're calling it done. There may be some units added to it in the future. We'll see, but for now, we're done with it. We're going to get them on the table, and they're going to get a new opponent here soon, which we'll talk about in another video. But for now, I'm very happy with these guys. The speed painting method that I use looks good from a distance and super fast, and I'm happy with the way they turned out. So thanks again to Padilla for all the vehicles. Thanks to all the patrons as well who make getting entire armies like this and painting them up possible. So with that, we'll go ahead and say thank you guys. Let us know what you think of this army, and we will see you next time.